cleaning and styling the hair. Along her nose and her eye socket, which this is very obvious to me that she got moisture in the back of her eye. I learned that she was submerged in water and whatnot at some point. So I was able to get rid of the part that went up her forehead. I did that before her review, I just forgot to film it. So I'm going to try to lighten up these wet stains as best I can. I have my bit of plastic wrap. I'm using 30 volume hair developer. This is the ingredients on it: water, hydrogen peroxide, cetyl alcohol, and basically a couple other types of alcohol and stuff. It's peroxide, and that's what lightens stains. So you can use like acne cream or mix hydrogen peroxide in the thing. I use this just because it's stronger and it's a cream consistency, so it goes on nicely. I'm not mixing it in with like bleach or anything that would harm the doll. It's just peroxide. And no, this isn't the kind I use on my hair. This would be way too strong when I bleach my own hair. I don't need to do that. So I want this especially for my dollies. So I'm just gonna like go on her eyebrow. It has a pretty good layer, and I am using a paintbrush because I feel like when you're doing a large stain, Q-tips tend to like break apart, and she's gonna need to be reapplied every day. Waste a bajillion Q-tips, wrap her up, and I'm just gonna like leave her with the saran wrap to keep it moist and reapply once or twice a day as needed. My little friend did not have any clothes when I got her except that handmade frock, and of course she needs clothing options. And I was planning on just having her share some of my human baby clothes from my Cabbage Patch, but I am a member of Amazon Prime, where you get like free items in exchange for leaving on you. And they had these like fake reborn clothes. I don't really know like if the term fake is appropriate. I don't know much about reborns, but they're basically like budget reborns. And they had a bunch of different outfits for them in Amazon's Vine section. I bought an outfit for my big Cabbage Patch soft sculpture boys, and I loved the quality so much that while these are a different brand, I thought of Coraline when I saw what stuff they listed. I do have another outfit coming. I'm not sure. I think one of these is for my boys. Oh, ooh, this is so cute. Okay. So, she can't really use the Binky, obviously, because I'm pretty sure those Reborn knockoffs have, like, magnetic Binkies. still really cute though. So this watermelon one. And I did try on the duck outfit I bought from Tabby Boys on Coraline to see how it fit. Ooh, this is really nice. This is super thick. Ooh, let me see. And it has a headband that's kind of big, but you can tie it tighter. Oh, it's so cute! I am. Oh, this is the girl outfit. Okay. The Binky's so cute. You know, and then they sent, oh, we got 3 Binkies, we got extra Binkies. And then this one retails for 20, and this one comes with a bottle. I had a bunch of bottles like this from the dollar store when I was a kid that I bought for my bitty baby dolls. Because that was my dream in life, to like be able to bitty baby in real baby clothes, but she was too tiny, so I bought like diaper bags and stuff.
Oh my god.
It's basically just a real bottle, that's all it is. That's so cool. So there's a big blankie.
Ooh.
This is really nice. This is great. This will be great for like pictures and my crib. And then there's these little tiny socks, sweet little headband, these big bloomers, and this adorable dress. Yeah, this is nice. I wouldn't say this stuff is as nice quality as the outfit I have for Oscar and Baldwin. I can show that actually. So this is Oscar. He's my soft sculpture doll from 1985. And he has this really cute ducky outfit which fits Coraline. But this is better quality. This is from the Millie Doll line, like that brand. But it's just like real baby clothes. It doesn't have any Velcro closures. Whereas this brand feels more like doll clothes.
Yes, I am indeed sanding the eye socket and around the nose area of Coraline. Let me explain. So I did the stain removal treatment. I got this doll in like October of 2022, and I tried it in that weather. It didn't really work out so well. So I waited until it warmed up in the spring and I put her out, and we had some really hot days. It didn't do anything. I even bought new peroxide just to see if that would make a difference. It just would not lighten. It was just ghosting her face. By that I mean the dye. Because she's from the 60s, her skin color was added after the fact, so that made the dye basically come out and she got completely pale and white in the area, but the stain was still there, and it was very noticeable. You can't see it so much in these clips, but in person it was so obvious and really gross looking. So I spent a long time thinking about what I could do, trying to do some research, so finally I said screw it, I'm just going to see if I can sand, using very fine sandpaper and like wet sanding. And so you can see I keep cutting off different pieces of the sandpaper, folding up into these tiny little squares and getting into the like tiny crevices. It was a really weird area around her nose and in her eye socket, but I could see it coming off her eye socket right away. And then I followed it with like even finer sandpaper and then a magic eraser, which a magic eraser is also like a form of sanding, and that smoothed out so you couldn't see much like rough area from where I sanded. I will explain later on in the video some of the like other issues I had to troubleshoot, but this did get rid of the stain. Sometimes you do have to resort to actually sanding it off, but I'm glad I thought of this because it made a world of difference.
Browsing online, and I happened to come upon a restoration technique for fixing cloudy and or rusty eyes. In the past, when I restored my aunt's childhood ideal toy, Shirley Temple doll, I remember her eyes were cloudy and I used a blow dryer and just held it over the eyes and it cleared up the cloudiness. Coraline doesn't have cloudiness in this eye. It almost looks like maybe the decal on the inside is peeling, but she obviously had rust damage because that's what you saw in the previous clip, me sanding off, was all the rust staining. So I'm thinking that maybe there is some rust in here. So the technique I heard about, which I'm a little nervous to try, but like at this point she has nothing to lose, and I'm only going to be doing it in this eye because this eye is good. Putting sewing machine oil into the eye and like getting it in the back of the eye and then flipping the doll over so that like all of the rust and stuff bleeds out. And I've seen some pictures and it's worked for some people, so why not try it? So it's kind of difficult to see in this lighting, but you can see that like her eye definitely doesn't have the same definition as this eye. I did blow dry it just, you know, for the heck of it, and I think it helped a little bit. It's kind of hard to say. So I don't have any sewing machine oil on hand. I checked through all of my stuff, but I do have this oil from my shears that my professional shears for cutting hair. I still have some oil for those, so I'm gonna try a little bit. It doesn't come with a dropper. Maybe I'm just really stupid and I can't figure out how it works, but I'm gonna use this dropper that came with the Project MC Squared doll. I use this when I'm mixing like acrylic filler. So you're supposed to like drop it behind the eye. And you're not supposed to go too crazy. Like they say to start with a few drops. I don't really have anything to lose here because her eye does not look the best anyways, so I'm just gonna like put it back there. What's interesting is there was obviously water behind here that caused rust because that was all the staining. But this eye has no damage. So I'm gonna leave her laying down for a few minutes, and then I'm gonna flip her over with like a towel underneath her head. And what that's gonna do is that's going to coax any rust that might be back there out, and hopefully we'll see some kind of results. So I just want to do like a little update. I've been having her laying on this towel for about 2 hours now, and it's actually improved the eye. I'm gonna lay her down for longer, but the way I can tell is that her pupil did not look black before. It was like, it looked cloudy, but I can actually see some definition now in this eye. So even if it doesn't get any better, it's still like a massive improvement. I thought that the decal had peeled inside, like what happens on American Girl with Silver Eye, because Silver Eye is not like rust related, but apparently that's not what Coraline had.
So sadly, during the staining process, her lip paint actually lifted, which is very unusual. I've actually had to apply like peroxide all over the doll's face paint before because they were noodled on, and much cheaper quality dolls, but red paint, it usually, because red dye tends to bleed the easiest. I think that's part of what happened to her lips, and I didn't have any peroxide directly on it, but I guess just soft vinyl absorbing it ended up removing a lot of her beautiful lip paint, which was very unfortunate, but that was an easy fix with just some straight up watercolor paint. Her eyelid, the reason why it looks black in one spot is because when I was sanding, it was very difficult to like pop it off the eye, and Again, because of all the rusting that had happened and from the peroxide around it, the paint on there was just not in the best condition. So you can see her other eye, the bad eye that I oiled. That eyelid looks perfect. So I had to paint this eyelid over, which was very difficult because it's metal. So I actually ended up having to put some sealer down and leave her overnight so that it could fully dry in order to get some grip from the paint to stick. I have had this problem before. One of my American Girl videos with the boys had flaked eyelid paint when I got them, and I released to try to fix that. And I did make sure to seal everything up after the sealer. It is very disappointing that like her face paint flaked because it was one of her best features, but her eyebrows somehow remained perfect.
Creepy baby before, with her creepy white-out eyes, her filthy body, her no hair, this unflattering outfit, and this is Creepy Baby, now renamed Coraline after. This project took me about a year. Normally I am much quicker with doll projects, and she was literally clean the next day after my sister brought her home for me. But as mentioned in this video, there were a lot of problems that I needed to troubleshoot. There was waiting for like her hair to come in the mail, etc. And there were a few points that I almost gave up on making this video, not on my doll, but on this video, where I wasn't sure if I even wanted to bother uploading it because I didn't think I'd be able to get like her looking nice enough. And she's still very far from perfect, but I'm really glad that I took my time and really thought through some of the problems. I learned a lot from working on this doll. She's probably one of the most tough projects I've ever worked on in all of these years. Some of it I expected, but some of the problems I thought would be easier to handle were much more difficult. She's about 19 inches tall. I measured her just for clothing reference. This is an outfit from Amazon. It looks really cute on her. And she does not have any kind of special features, which was common with dolls from this time. So she doesn't like pee, she doesn't cry, she doesn't make any kind of noise, doesn't have any body markings, and I've tried researching her, and she's definitely from the 60s. She looks very similar to many dolls from many different manufacturers, so she's definitely from like the 60s, but I don't know anything else about her. I also did get more on her backstory. So she was actually used as part of like a haunted house setup that they were doing in like the creepy doll room at my sister's old job. That's why she had whiteout on her eyes and why she was submerged in water. And I guess after the haunted house, she somehow ended up back up where the kids were, and they just thought it was funny to torment her and that she was like weird looking. So that's how I ended up coming upon Miss Coraline. She made off a lot better than some of the other dolls because apparently they had some of them in the parking lot and were running them over so they could like break them apart for the room. I don't know. It was, as a doll painter, it made me cringe hearing the story. But we have saved Coraline, and if you're wondering why I named her that, it's because she still has a kind of like weird eye over here, and it kind of reminded me of like movie Coraline, how the characters have button eyes. I think she's really cute, and she turned out a lot cuter than I thought she would be. I did reroot all of her hair. This is Saran. It's a little bit flattened because she was laying down, and it's super shiny. It's not wet. It's just because of like fresh oil wash and stuff. I actually decided not to curl it or anything. I really liked how it looked straight, and I didn't cut it, only a few like random long pieces, because I thought the way it was naturally rooted looks really cute. It looks kind of like a shaggy baby hairdo. She does have some ghosting in her skin. So dolls from the 1960s and the early 70s, kind of across the board with a lot of manufacturers, their skin color was added after the mold had been cast, whereas dolls from like the mid 70s, late 70s onwards, the dye pigment was added into the mold, so it's colored all the way through. That's why you can do the peroxide stain removal treatment on even like African American skinned dolls, and you're not going to get any like bleaching. And even if like there's blooming or streaking that can happen on hard ABS plastic, that's when it turns white. You can sand that down and it will reveal the skin color. But such is not the case with the dolls from the 60s. This was a problem I knew was going to happen when I saw that she had stains. And sometimes you have to make the choice, is the stain worse or is the discoloration from skin going to be worse? It's more noticeable on certain lighting, or like if she's wearing a low collared thing, you can kind of tell her body's peachier. But most of the time just looking at her, it's not that noticeable, and she had that huge rust stain that came from here to here, and then it like pooled around her nose, and there's actually still, you can kind of see there's still like some faint like rust discoloration here, and then like around her nostril. I spent like an hour wet sanding her, and that's why I had to repaint her eyelid here, because the sandpaper unfortunately just made some contact with the paint, but it already kind of faded. And the lip paint fading from the stain removal treatment isn't something I usually experience, but due to her age, the unknown factors of what she was exposed to, and the fact that her vinyl just seemed to really soak up that peroxide. So I think that that's why that happened, but like I said before, I've put peroxide all over doll face paint before on much cheaper quality dolls to remove stains, and it was fine. It's also from prolonged exposure, because I was working on her on and off trying to remove stains, probably conservatively for like maybe 4 months. So that doesn't help. The longer you keep the peroxide on or you do it, the more risk you have for things like that happening. So you can do it on stains and it'll be fine, but the longer you do it, just know that you may run into problems. So I did have to repaint her lips. They're not perfect, but I remember how they looked because I spent so much time working on her, and I had before pictures of her, and I also added some blush back to her cheeks, which is some leftover lip paint, and I painted this eyelid. It's not perfect. It was very hard to get painted with the metal, and she still has some kind of like faded lashes down here, so I'm okay with that. So this is the bad eye. It has improved. Unfortunately, one of my photos that I'll insert here to show the progress of the eye, it was taken with my cell phone, which is like a $20 track phone, so it's not the same quality as my Canon that I'm filming on and that I usually take pictures. It has more definition, and when you look at her, you don't like immediately notice that this eye is weird.
I apologize that the photo on the left is not great quality. I actually forgot to take a proper picture with my Canon camera, so this was just one I sent to my sister to show the stains that are gone. But there are a lot more details in her eye following the oil treatment. It's definitely far from perfect, but you can see more of the little spokes. Her pupil looks considerably better. The color looks far less cloudy, so although it's still not nearly where it should be, it's improved massively.
But the oil treatment did help, and I even put a little bit in this eye, because you can see that she did have rust in here at one point, but I didn't notice any kind of like rust coming out or any change, so that was my first time trying the oil method, and I would definitely do it again if need be, if like the blow dryer technique I usually do didn't work. And I can't even tell you how long it took me to reroot her hair, because I worked on her on and off, and I had to wait for more hair to come at some point. So it was really painful working with that bigger needle, because sometimes I accidentally stab myself with it, but it was worth the effort, and I'm really happy with her cute little hair. I think the golden blonde suits her. So her body didn't have a lot of problems on it for the most part. It's like a lot cleaner. She just has like this one problem hand that there's not much I can do about. There's like missing fingertips, and then this was where something was glued to her hand. You can kind of still see glue residue. I was trying to heat it up with a blow dryer and gently scrape it off, but it wouldn't all come off, and I didn't want to use like aggressive glue removers or paint thinners or anything that could potentially kind of like melt the plastic. But it's a marked improvement. She looks a lot cleaner and happier, and she's super adorable, and I'm really glad I was able to save this doll, and it was an awesome learning experience. So if you want to see pictures of Miss Coraline, you feel free to check out my Flickr. And until next time, love your dolls, love yourself, and love your life.
What's up, doll collectors, hobbyists, fabs, and besties? I'm Toya, an adult doll collector. Welcome to my Miniverse. Today we are in our room with the view. There's a video, and we are taking a look at Barbie stuff. I finally found this journal at Five Below. They came out a while ago before the Barbie movie, and I just couldn't find it until recently. The paper has little dots on it, and it might be good for writing down crafting ideas. I also picked up the world's smallest fashion case for $5. I bought one from Amazon a while ago, and it was fun to see it in the wild. It comes with a case and 2 dolls. I can see that we're getting the swimsuit Barbie, and our mystery Barbie is Ken. I mean, Malibu Ken. And I did not know that this could come out. Huh, you learn something new every day. These Barbies are the same as the ones that come with the micro figures and comics, so we can store all of them inside and use them as dolls for dolls. Oh dear sweet Roots Barbie. I tried to keep you on your original body, but I can't. I just can't. So let's see if we can match her with Barbie Roots doll number 12. Yeah, I think it'll work. So let's do a quick head swap. I place my dolls in a plastic bag to protect them from the hot water. Some people like to dunk the doll right into the water. This is just what I do. I heat water to a boil and place the dolls inside. Caution, hot water is hot. Head swapping is a risky business. You have been warned. The doll has been sitting in the water for about 2 minutes and the head is nice and soft. So I'm gonna just grip the neck and remove the head. I cut the little spikes on the head, or the neck peg, just to make it easier to swap heads in the future. And I attach the new head. And now our Roots Barbie is a curvy made to move. Since we already have the hot water out, let's answer a question I saw in the comments. What would a Barbie Extra Mini look like on an LOL Surprise Tween's body? Like this. Well, sort of. The neck peg is not compatible, so I just kind of push the head down on the neck. I bought this fashion pack at Five Below. It was $5, and I'm gonna take that little piece off the back of the hanger. I place it on the neck peg, then I put the head back on, and it worked! The head is pretty secure. I can tilt the head from side to side a little, and we can still turn. What about up and down? Not much. With this body, we trade a joint at the knee for a click knee. She doesn't have a ton of range of motion there. Personally, I'd rather have the joint. But we do get wrist articulation, and I like the proportions better. With this body, the doll stands a little under 6.5 inches. Let's take a look at the dress from the Barbie fashion pack. Here it is on a classic Barbie. It has ruffled tulle at the bottom, but just in the front. The dress has a raw edge at the bottom. It has straps and tulle around the arms, a large white necklace, and pearly shoes. Here it is on a curvy. The shoes are definitely for a curvy or a tall doll, and I would have liked for the ruffles to have gone all the way around. The Barbie the Movie 1956 Corvette has different packaging. I found this at Target for $1.29 in the mix of regular Hot Wheels. So if you've been looking for this car, you might be able to find it by looking through a Hot Wheels bin. Speaking of finding things we've been looking for, I have been looking for these new Barbie playsets for a while. I found them at my local Walmart for $10.97 each. I really wanted this one for our Barbie cafe. Some light assembly is required for the table. We're getting a light pink table and some hot pink chairs. When I saw the cereal box, I got excited because I felt like it was giving some Barbie the Movie vibes. But we don't get a bowl. We get a carton of cow milk, and it says, "Good morning," a white vase with flowers, and they painted them. The table is made so the pieces can fit inside and stay secure. We get a carton of orange juice, and that's not a sticker. It is printed on, just like a Barbie face. sorry. That was wrong. There's a pitcher, 2 blue cups with a B for Barbie, a plate with an egg printed on it, a jar of honey, a star waffle attached to a plate, 2 gold-colored forks, and 2 butter knives. There are not enough of those little indents for all the items, so I kept the cups loose. I like the size of the table. It's not too large. It won't take up a lot of space in the dollhouse. The chairs aren't my favorite Barbie chair design, but that's just me. I do like how everything is very pink, very Barbie the movie. Just like this yellow pool chair. In the movie, they had long pool chairs with yellow cushions, so I like this little detail here. We get a pink plastic donut floaty. We have seen this design before. We get a small drink floaty, a pink drink, an orange tube of sunblock with no label, a white visor, pink heart sunglasses. I wore some just like this to the Barbie movie. Pink flip-flops, and a white tablet with Barbie and the time on the screen. The last one I picked up looks kind of like an outdoor juice bar. We get a pink and white counter, which also loosely reminds me of Barbie the movie. A pink chair, I think this one is kind of cute. There's a white and pink blender. The top can be removed. There's a yellow stereo, a cutting board with a gold-colored knife that matches the silverware from the table and chair set. I love when the accessories are coordinated. We have a pineapple drink where the top is removable, a coconut drink. We have 2 bottles of juice or flavoring. One is orange, the other is pink. The pink one has an orange slice on the front, and the orange one has a strawberry on the front. We have 2 cups with straws, bananas, and limes. Totally loving all the fresh fruit. We could probably place this set by the pool or even in the kitchen as an island. I am always excited to see new Barbie playsets, and I would love to see a new couch. Just throwing that out there. While I was at Walmart, I did see this. The accessory pack I bought on Amazon months ago, and there it was at Walmart just sitting on the shelf. It was $4.97. Inside we have paper bags. Oh, well, a paper bag, which contains a rose compact with blush, 2 lipsticks, one is silver colored and one is gold. Love the painted details. We have a pink makeup brush, a purple hairbrush, a small purple tube of mascara, star nail polish, and it does say Barbie on the front. A black makeup palette with a mirror, another brush, a makeup case. The bottom is peach, the top is clear, and it can open. And we can fit all the little pieces inside. We also get a ring light, a cell phone, and a stand, so our dolls can create their own little get ready with me videos. My Barbie the movie inline skating Ken has arrived. I bought this doll from Walmart for $24.97. He comes with yellow, pink, and white inline skates. The wheels really turn. They look just like Barbie's, only smaller. He has knee pads, wristbands, and a belt bag or a fanny pack, a sleeveless jacket with matching shorts, a pink tank top, and a visor. He's articulated with movement at the head, shoulder, elbow, wrist, hip, and knee. And now we have a matching set. I picked up a few Barbie pets at Target for $5.99 each. We're getting like a beach bag, and it even has the new Barbie art on the side. Let's open it up. There's a collector's guide. This is series 12. We get 2 pets inside, and on the back, we can see all the different pets. The Dachshund is super cute. Love the pose. I like these because they're soft and fuzzy, and sometimes we get realistic colors. However, I could live without some of the molded on and glitter details. So I am totally hoping we get the Dachshund or the Pit Bulls. The bag is kind of cute, by the way. Let's see which one is our first pet. And we have the Yorkie wearing glasses. The sculpt is really cute. It's just looking up at you. However, those glasses, can I remove them? Yeah, maybe, but they do look glued on. So if I pull them off, there is a risk I will remove some of the hair. You know, the fuzz. And the second one is me and a bunny. Look at a nose. But those big floppy ears. I would love to see this in a natural color. It is cute and pink too. Let's try again. In the first bag, we get a hamster on a flamingo floaty. I might put this one in the pool just for fun. And the second one is hopefully a dog. Hopefully a dog. No! It's a purple ferret. Come on! I really just want one of the realistic looking pets without something on its face. Look at that face. It's the Shiba Inu. Sorry if I am saying that wrong. It doesn't have anything on its face, but it does have a large sculpted blanket on top of it. It is pretty cute, but we have one more. Hopefully, this is one of the pit bulls. Please. Yes! It's just standing there with a little pink collar. It does have glitter on it, but it's okay because it's the collar. And it just about matches this dress. I wonder how this dress is without the little tulle sleeves. Oh, like that. I'm gonna say the play sets were my favorite find of the day, as well as this accessory pack. I really like how they didn't come with a doll and gave us Barbie the movie vibes, and hope to see more in the future. Thank you for joining us while we took a look at some Barbie stuff. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to ring the bell and follow us on Instagram at MyFroggyStuff, the Frog Vlog, and Bella of My Froggy Stuff. And we will see you next time. Oops.
Hey everyone, it's me, X-Canadensis. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I post a new doll-related video almost every single day, and in today's video, I am so excited because I cannot believe this, but Mirabelle has received her 17 doll. So this doll is a character from Encanto, and for some reason, Disney just decided not to release her the year that the movie came out, and what's been like 2 years since then. So it was a huge bummer that they had to do a doll with her, and mysteriously this year, they did, and she looks amazing. So unfortunately this doll was subject to the price increase as of late, so she's $150. We're just gonna preface the review by saying I don't think it's worth that, but I am still very, very excited about this. I'm a big fan of the 17 limited edition Disney dolls, and I really like this character, and I really like this movie, so I'm very excited to be able to add her to my collection. And she released this Monday, that was October 9th, and there are 6,650 pairs, which is a weirdly specific number. And then if we turn to the box, you can see all kinds of patterns on it. And then on the back, it says, unlock the magic with this limited edition Mirabelle doll. Designed by Disney artists, this collectible shows off our unlikely heroine who is born with undiscovered gifts. This doesn't stop her from going on a mission to save her family when she senses their magic in danger. She even finds and solicits help from Bruno, the family outcast. It's during this journey that she finally learns what a magic gift is. She has power to keep the family together. Practicing things like sharing the magic with the specialty doll that's just as much as doll. So if you're not familiar with these dolls, they've been doing them for over a decade now, and basically just they're heirloom collectible dolls of Disney. Usually heroines, they'll do other characters sometimes too, and it's really, really cool when they do characters that are not part of the Disney lineup. So I'm very, very excited. Sorry the boat looks ugly. I couldn't really tie it pretty. I had to get some of his hair out, so let's investigate our doll. I'm going to show you what she looks like up close in the packaging, and you can see it very, very quickly. We got like butterflies, mostly butterflies, lots of swirls and sun motifs. And then if we look here, you can see the doll. So I unboxed my 17-inch Ellies. I'm not really too interested in them in the box, but I know a lot of people are. And I think the box design is really cute. I do prefer the old box design. I think that's what I'm saying. But this is the boxes. I really love the way they did them. I'm very excited to see what she's like. I am noticing there's a lot of haircutting though, so I think that would be really frustrating for people who don't want to move the dust cover and mess with her, but I think with this doll you absolutely have to. My doll, whoa! Sorry, I covered this because I don't want to but I got number 154. I think that's my lowest number ever for a Disney album. It doesn't matter. The numbers genuinely don't matter. It's just kind of cute so okay, so she looks like an effective. Like to remove her, I just have to cut the eyes and so let's Mirabelle is out of the packaging and this is what she looks like. And I'm extremely impressed with this one so far. I've been collecting every single Disney Ellie that's been coming out since several years ago in order. I'm only missing like a couple of them. So this one actually feels quite exceptional and I'm very impressed. I'm pretty sure she actually has new bodies. Well, it might be the same as Moana, where we will compare a little bit. But for now, we're going to get started on the review, reviewing her as with any other doll by starting off with the face. And I love this face look. It's just perfect. There were a lot of really weird Mirabelle dolls that came out. There's some really gorgeous and breathtaking ones too, but there's a lot that really missed the mark. So I'm really glad that this one just really captures her. I think she looks so beautiful. I love the way they did her nose and her eyebrows. Unfortunately, she does have that Disney, like, stupid cocked eyebrow thing that I can't stand. But that's just something I need to get used to, I guess. And I don't, like, look at this sculpt. It's so pretty. There's her profile, and I'll take the glasses off in a second, don't worry. I love the little freckles too. This doll came out of nowhere, and I'm just so glad that they released her. Glasses are not on the Van Gogh. Okay, they're so not as bad. Okay, the glasses are really nice. I thought they were going to be kind of flimsy, but look at the way they did those lenses, and I love that the lenses don't just look like this little face too much, but they still look like actual lenses. I like the gold frames, and then the little this is great. I wanted to take off her glasses so I could give you a better look at this absolutely gorgeous face sculpt that she has, so I'm just going to spin it around and look at the by the way, and both sides of the face. So, the half profile's a little unusual because of the eyebrow positioning, which is just something they keep doing. I wish that they would try to have more neutral positioning with the eyebrows. That's just my preference. I'm sure some people prefer to have more positioning there. And the eyes are very simple. They're just a two-tone brown color with the kind of in the middle. And I really like the way they do the eyelashes. I feel like they don't interfere too much with the glasses, which if you've ever worn false eyelashes with glasses, it sucks. So I know she's going through that, but it doesn't look super like crowded and uncomfortable when the glasses are actually on the doll. It looks really natural and nice. And I love that the glasses just slide right on and actually stay in position, and they stay on really, really well actually. So that is a huge plus because often it doesn't have to. Okay, so I moved my light further away because her eyes do have quite a bit of glare, so I'm gonna move it closer again so we can just look at it. I'll be right back. Other than the glasses, Mirabelle comes with little puffball earrings, and the reason I was so disappointed when they didn't make a doll of her was not only because like I just really want to see a doll of her when they come out. It's only fair at this point, but I think Mirabelle was a really, really good one to do because she has so many fun details to her outfit that are like homemade, and I really wanted to see how to translate to doll form with more of a budget, because all the other dolls are pretty lower budget, so you see a lot of corners cut, which is fine because they're cheaper dolls. It's totally respectable. So little things like this, these are not super groundbreaking, they're just plastic, but I'm really excited to see the dress and everything because she has a lot of cool details on it. Anyway. Also, I did not point it out really, but she has like really nice rotating. Her hair. So, this is polypropylene here. It is not the best hair fiber. I understand why they used it. They were trying to get a specific hair texture. When it's a super textured hairstyle and it's styled properly, I'm not really that opposed to polypropylene hair. Like, I have other dolls with it, and I'm like, really too much hair on my life, but it does suck to see when you could use other hair fibers that would probably have executed the style better and would not be shedding all over the place. If you noticed, when she was in box, she had little bits of the hair all over her outfit and all over the window of her box and all over her, like the top. Like it was not good. Like the hair was shedding a lot, and you know, that's not ideal to be first surrounded with this. But it is very well rooted in, and the style is very nice. Actually, I think it came out of the packaging very well. It does look very shiny and artificial because it has a lot of styling product in it. But I like the little film. Like, I think it looks good. I think it looks good. And I know Disney kind of rides on the fact that most people do not see it, like you can tell. Anyway, now it's time to take a look at the top of her dress. So in order to take her out of packaging, I had to get this tie off, so I did spoil it for myself, but unfortunately, this is a one piece. See, I feel like in the movie, maybe I'm wrong, this was a skirt and then a skirt on top of it, and normally Disney will separate the bodice from the skirt of the dress, even if it is a one-piece dress, so I'm very surprised to see these sewn together. I do think that's an intentional choice for fitting reasons, but it makes it look a little flat here, but we'll get to that, So, starting off, we're going to look at the neckline of this outfit, and this is just so beautiful. It's made out of a really nice, God, what is this material? Kind of like a flannel-y material, I don't know. Polyester. It's very nice, and I like how kind of natural of a material it looks like. It doesn't have any shine to it. It's a like cross, I don't know. It's a nice material is my point. I like it. Normally I wouldn't like it on a limited edition doll, but it's exactly what Mirabelle's shirt seems to have been made out of. And check out the embroidery on this. Like, they hemmed it with this really impressive embroidered edge on the scalloped edge. Isn't that beautiful? And then it's got kind of a reverse scallop going on here, and the butterflies are super well done. And then of course Mirabelle has kind of personalized her outfit as you know, and it's super detailed in the movie, so again, that's why I was so excited to see it in doll form. So you can see she's added a rainbow here and some little lines, and they have also added rhinestones for the limited edition doll, which is super cool. And then the yarn butterflies, which in the movie, I believe these are just like bundles of yarn that are kind of styled to look like butterflies, but here they have done little plastic butterflies. I think it works. It's not too distracting. I think little yarn thingies would have been way cooler, but I respect the decision not to. It was likely not feasible to do it. And then you can see there's even detail on the back with these little flowers, and then these black rhinestones that I actually did not notice originally are going all the way around the outfit. And you can also see that scalloped edge on the sleeve, and you've also got this like filigree. It's just very nice. Oh, it's kind of funny that this just replaces this. Looks good. It would have gotten really messy, I think. And then here she has done a little butterfly, some leaves, and some flowers, and it just looks great. Really cool. And then there's nothing on the back of that part of the dress. And then, okay, this is where it gets really cool. Mirabelle's skirt is the really exciting part of this doll. So her skirt is meant to have little hints at all of her family members' miracles or gifts or whatever, and it's like action-packed and super cool. So again, I was super excited to see this done to the fullest extent that I think we're ever going to see it on an official doll of her, and that's why I was so pumped when I heard that this was going on. So her skirt is 3 tiers, each one is a different color of the same material, and I also super like this material. It has a very subtle shimmer to some of the stitches that go through, and then there's also some really fantastic trims going on, but we have to start off up here. So where these two connect and why I think they ended up choosing to make this one piece is because they probably wanted this bunching to look a certain way, because it's supposed to look like she tucked her shirt into her skirt, and in doll form the fabrics aren't normally heavy enough to make this effect without sewing it into place, so I think I respect the decision. Alright y'all, I had to look this up, so for the rest of this review I'm still going to be acting like I'm not sure obviously, but I looked this up and it's all embroidery on her skirt, and the embroidery does go over the ribbons, so I think the decision to put the embroidery under the ribbons on the actual doll was very strange. Like, you can see the ribbons between the layers of fabric. I do like that the different tiers of fabric that they used on her skirt are different colors on the doll. They're not really different colors here, at least the top 2 aren't. And then as we move up, you can see it's all embroidery, and I think other than the name on the waistband, I respect the decision to do the ironed-on details where they did. I think that it looks better than it would have embroidered, especially that snake. I love the snake. But I just wanted to show that, yes, it is all embroidered. She has her name here, Mirabelle. I think all of this is supposed to be embroidered, like in the movie. Maybe she painted some of it on, because it's kind of weird what they chose to embroider and what they chose to do as iron-on material like this. But maybe that's how it was. I don't recall off the top of my head, but there's Mirabelle with little swirls, and it does actually look very drawn on, so I think it's intentional. We're gonna start off on this side side of the skirt because this is the less detailed side, and we will spin her around until we get to the most detailed side. So starting off, you've got this confetti situation up here. There's rhinestones, there's confetti in several different colors, and a little heart leading into that. And then there's a little snake, and I love this little snake. Swirl, sorry, describe this. Here's the snake. I love the way that the snake was done. I think that it's really, really good decision not to do this embroidered or any other way, because the way they did this and the way like it genuinely looks like it was painted on is so cool. And she's got this really nice thread here that's like shiny. I mean, the embroidery on this is just fantastic. Look how long this snake is too. And then look, so we've got the capybara here, of course, and can see just this mixture of rhinestones and embroidery and these iron-on details. It's just so much fun. And then of course we've got the capybara. It's a little buzzing bee, and then a little flower here. Over here we've got, I guess this is Mirabelle crying. What is this one supposed to represent? I really like the style of this. It's super cute. We've got this bird here. I don't know what that's supposed to be. Zoom out just a little. You can see there's more detail up here. Not a lot, but definitely some. I love how like asymmetrical it is. Like there's not detail in equal amounts everywhere. I think that makes it really fun and compelling. You've got some music here, more swirlies. There's lots of plant motifs. You've got weather, of course. Got big pretty butterfly here. You've got a chameleon here, which is super cute. This is for Lisa, who I want a doll of so bad. I have a doll of her that I want. I'm never gonna do it. I could see them maybe doing Isabella, but anyway, another capybara. Love the capybara motif. This is supposed to be Mirabelle. I think this was embroidered in the movie, but this looks slightly terrifying. But I respect it. On like a full-size human skirt, I think it would work. And then we've got more of the yarn butterflies. It says Yo Amo Los Marido. I'm guessing that's what that's supposed to mean. Cat. I don't remember what type of cat it was. Anyway. Okay. That was the skirt. And each tier is sewn together, which is intentional. That's how it's in the movie. It's one skirt with a little ribbon in the middle. And I know this is part of the design, but I kind of hate that it covers so many things. But that is some impressive embroidery. It looks amazing, and I think they executed it super well. I do think some of the spots where they chose to use the metallic thread weren't ideal, specifically these two. It kind of, you lose a lot of the detail of the motif that they were trying to go for, especially this one. But I love like the font here and the bars here, just all the little swirlies. The snake is my favorite part, I think. Just really fantastic. And then all around the skirt, I wasn't talking about it, but you've got this pretty elaborate trim. So you've got that ribbon, then you've got these little tassels sewn all around. You've got this rope trim going on here. You've got a very pretty little lace pattern at the bottom. Some dot thread there. And yeah, it's all sewn in really nice. She does not have any kind of underskirt. This is Disney's, like, the biggest slap in the face Disney likes to do to us, and they pretty much always do this. It is a very rare exception when they choose not to do this. They just like to stick tissue paper under it and call it a day, instead of putting any kind of like crinoline or something under there, or like some kind of structure into the skirt to make it stay. So you have to leave that in. I hate it. But I made the mistake when I was younger of removing it, and it really makes it not lay correctly. So tissue paper, everyone. Sew your own crinoline or leave the tissue paper. And then if we move all the way down, I should have move all the way down so you can take a look at her little shoes, which are so cute. So these are an all new sculpt. I love when Disney's forced to do that, because I always really like the sculpts that they do. So as you can see, she's got these little sandals, and she's got the rope sole to the shoe, and then the cloth part up here that has the little butterflies. And these are as detailed as they need to be. I don't mind, but the paint is like a little bit messy for some reason, just the way it's on top of the sculpt. But yeah, I mean, these are her shoes for the movie. You know, did a good job. You got an M here, and I like the little ribbons as well. I like that they added the ribbons. And then I noticed this earlier, so if I take her off her stand, she actually seems to have a different stand. I don't have every single Disney LE, but I do have both of the Moanas, which are the ones that had an adapted stand that I would think is similar to this one. So look, this is actually a different stand. It has a different saddle, and I hate this new stand they're doing. They're doing this much more ovular one, and it makes the doll very prone to tipping. It's very, very weird. Anyway, now we have finished looking over the doll herself. Unfortunately, she doesn't come with any kind of accessory. I think they definitely have room for a lot of cool accessories from the movie, but that's just me asking for a little bit more. I'm gonna go get my Moana doll and also just another like Disney LE that's on the standard Disney LE body, so I can show you the difference. All right, my friends, I have brought over Moana and Elena got her to kind of compare, because I think Mirabel might be on a new body, but we're gonna double check that. So immediately I'm noticing that I'm pretty sure Moana and Mirabel, yeah, they have very different hands. So Moana has much larger hands than her, and I truly do think that they are on different body sculpts. Like, let's lay them down. I'm gonna look at the knees specifically. Yeah, these are completely different body sculpts. That is awesome. So I think Mirabel is thicker. So we have an all-new body sculpt for the Disney LEs. That's actually not compared from the movie, and that kind of rocks. See, that's why it's so interesting that they decided to release this doll. Like, they clearly didn't originally for some reason. I think they just didn't expect the movie to be super successful. Because there was a doll issue when they first released the movie too, because everyone wanted Louisa, which is true. I want a Louisa. So maybe that's why they decided not to make an LE, and they've been working on her ever since then or something. But like, I would think part of the reason they didn't do it is because they want to use the body sculpt, and that's most dolls are on this body sculpt. Moana was a new princess, so they kind of had their hands tied and they did the new body sculpt. But I'm extremely impressed and excited that they decided to actually give Mirabel a new body sculpt. That's super cool. That is super, super cool. All right, now it's time for our final thoughts. I'm going to inaugurate her into my Disney LE collection. Up there, Mirabel, and she's all. All right, you guys. So here's my display now. I didn't end up changing anything because Mirabel has a teal color scheme where you do the white at the top of the dress, and I'm kind of arranging them in color order, but she's teal. And my green girlies are in the back, but I don't really want Mirabel in the back. The skirt is the best part of the doll. But I really like the skirt, so I want the skirt to show. But I think it's kind of a hard transition to Giselle here afterwards. So we're definitely gonna have to rearrange this fully, but we'll do that in bottom or something. For now, is what she's looking like. So she looks a little bit jarring next to Kida in particular, but that's kind of the same situation as Elena doesn't like her head than a lot of the other ones. But if I was to put Moana next to Kida, the same situation with her. So I think I just need to get Moana and Mirabel closer to each other. And it's because of the art style of the head. They've done these like larger heads now. So I mean, it would work with Anna and Elsa too, I think. Figure that out. Anna doesn't. See, the teal situation is here. So, I don't know, I'll work it out, don't worry. I have a specific way I like things to look, and this is not working right now because it's the kind of situation, but I just wanted to show how the two things together. It definitely fits in well, it definitely looks super luxurious and nice, even though she's not wearing like a giant wedding gown or something, you know? And I really like that the Disney artist is able to do this, where this dress is not supposed to be formal, it's like her everyday look, but they've made it really, it's still true to character, but it's very fun, and I don't know, it feels more expensive. And I really like that. I really like the Disney 17 bellies. I just think they're very special and I'm not really like them. They make me really happy. I don't think they're at all worth the price that they go for, but the trade-off for me is like, they get more expensive later, so if I don't get them at the lowest possible price, which is the overpriced retail, then that is that. And I'm very grateful to have this collection. I wasn't able to get it until I got like job. Actually, I got it so I could afford my Disney LEs at one point. I really like them. I'm very proud to have built this collection here, and I'm really excited to get added in the characters lineup because my goal is to have one of each of the female characters that they've added to this lineup, and I'm getting close. I'm never going to have every doll, and I don't expect to, nor do I want to, honestly, but I don't ever care. I'm getting close, and this is not just ones like that. It's okay. But yeah, what do you guys think? Is she super cute? Is she... I Diana's skirt was either going to be a huge disappointment or the greatest thing I've ever seen in my life. And thankfully, it's one of the greatest things I've ever seen in my life. I love this skirt. It's so fantastic. So definitely one in front row, but as you can see, the blue girl is in front row right now, so we're have to work on that. But that's my problem. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know what you guys think. What do you think of Encanto? Which character would you want as a lead? I'd like to see all of them. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching.
Why can my camera angle never just be straight? I even have the levels with the little bubbles and everything on this tripod. Hey dumpster divers, and welcome back to a new episode of Capitalism Really Has My Nuts in a Vice Now. So it's been a while since we talked about some upcoming dolls, and I figured, you know what, might as well do it. I'm using a table that there has been a spider running around it this entire time, so that'll be distracting. So obviously the new Series 2 version of the Disney I Love You Forever dolls are starting to show up on shelves. People are getting in real life pictures, etc., etc. I'm super excited. I know Jack Specific is taking care of them right, but this time they're not coming with the inset eyes. Their articulation is a little different, but inside of their pack includes a second outfit that's a little more detailed. So honestly, I'm really into them. They're all looking really good. Obviously, it's Disney characters and then the character doll slut. There's a lot of good here, and for the price point, I think that they're worth it. And it's just nice to see when our money actually goes somewhere instead of when it doesn't. Like with the dolls I'm about to talk about next. So obviously the Disney 100th anniversary celebration's going on right now, and they're really bending over backwards to suck their own dick for some of their merch. And this isn't a new point I've made on my channel. It's something I've expressed many times, but people always come out of the woodworks to defend it. But we've just got the Tiana and the Cinderella 100 Disney whatever collector dolls from Mattel that are $55, so they're not $100, which is fantastic, but they are very much playline dolls. They have, from the looks of it, they could have a knee joint, I haven't seen it yet, but from the looks of it, they have the typical 5 points of articulation in the head, the shoulders, and the hips, and then that's it. These are the most Hasbro-ass, outside of the face, ignore the face, because obviously Mattel can do a face sculpt, which is great, because I'm glad they're doing something for that price point. But these are the most Hasbro-ass looking dolls I've ever seen. And I understand that there is conjecture and hearsay, nothing is 100%, but that the Disney Princess license switched over from Hasbro to Mattel so quickly that there was going to be a lot of intersectionality between the two different brands and how they work, until Mattel could start spitting out its own more signature looking stuff and have it look less Hasbro-y. And we're slowly getting there if that is the case every time they release new dolls. But that stand is still very Hasbro. The idea is still very Hasbro. These somehow look even more playline than the Hasbro Style Series collector dolls. I think the most expensive one was Cindy for Christmas, and there was that Elsa one in the ball gown, and those were around $40. These are $55, and I feel like they come with less, and they look a lot less collector-y. To me, they just look like elevated playline and barely, maybe $15, $20, not $55 playline. They don't have their necklaces, they don't have gloves. Cindy, her dress doesn't reach all the way to the ground, which kind of makes some sense in the fact that you can see her shoes. But that's about it. Other than that, her dress is a floor-length gown. Tiana's is definitely a floor-length gown. And like I said, no gloves. And I was bitching about this on Instagram. So, and I can't say for sure, I don't know what Disney controls and what they don't control. And obviously, there's also been that other conjecture and hearsay rumor going around the doll community where Disney has express language in their contract saying that Mattel can license their Disney products, but they cannot make a product of better quality than the Disney store itself or something. I don't know if that's true or not. It's just something I've heard in like the background of the doll collecting community. Anyway, this is a really long way to say, like, these are very pretty dolls. Like I said, like, the sculpt is pretty, like, the outfits are cute, they're playline cute, they're not collector cute. And a lot of people are like, well, what if we label these as, like, junior collectors? I don't even think so. I still think they're fucking playline. And to call them collector is kind of insulting, especially from Mattel, who, I've said this before, where your dollar used to go somewhere, they have the resources and everything to make collector dolls, mass produce them, and for a low quality. So when we see really, really low quality like these, like thin layer tulle and that paper fabric, it's just kind of insulting. Because obviously Mattel can afford to outsource their labor to countries where it costs nothing. And they can both buy products like fabric they're using, plastic yarns, etc., and buy in such bulk that it would cost them pennies to add on something to them. And it's exhausting, but they're cute. Am I gonna get that Tiana? More than likely. The nice thing is though, because she is Mattel and she's mass produced, there's a good chance I can get her on some kind of sale or clearance or something. But yeah.
The bare minimum.
Also, not to drive this point even further home, but like, look at that packaging. That is Hasbro-ass packaging. Like, that's rough. And then also coming from Mattel are these Barbie Hopperville Juicy Fruits series dolls. And yeah, they have molded on swimsuits. Whatever, that's easy to hide under clothing. They are articulated, and they're actually really cute. Like, it's a cute little gimmick. They kind of like, usually when I like a reveal gimmick, it's something along the lines of mermaids, or when they have those ribbon coats and stuff, and even this is really cute. I don't know. But yeah, just having like some juicy like beach dolls, I think that's a really cute look, and for what they are, they're fun. Yeah, I wonder if you can drink out of the containers that come in. It looks like it comes with like a straw and stuff, but from the picture it looks like the straw's just on the top, it's like down. But they're cute, and if they're more than $20, they're not that good. Okay, now this is something I'm super excited for. I still haven't gotten, like, I don't know what the USA pricing is, but it's these new Disney Princess Storybook dolls coming from the Disney Store where they have, like, one of the classic characters and then a secondary outfit for them. I absolutely love these. I think they are so pretty. The updated face sculpts are adorable. The outfits are fun and everything, and the secondary outfits they chose for the most part. I like for every princess, they come with accessories, one of the little friends from the movie, and on the back of the packaging, because it's that cardboard packaging, we get like activities to do. So there's a lot going on here. I think they were about $50 each in Mexico, and usually international pricing like Mexico and Canada is higher than the USA retail pricing. So don't quote me on it, but that's making me think that they'll probably be around like $35 in the US. And I think they're slated to come out August 1st on the website, I believe. But we've got all my girls. We've got Ariel, Tiana, Pocahontas, Aurora. I'm even really into the Snow White. I think she looks like super pretty. Like, there's so much going on here that I'm absolutely loving. I think that they're doing a really good job. So for the Disney Store dolls, with the articulation, the full fabric pieces, the incredible face sculpts, and for $35, yeah, Mattel can talk right off. These always, I don't know. I think Disney Store does a really good job with their playline dolls. I do wish that they would have more faith in like ancillary characters like Peeta from Atlantis, or more Meg, like, you know, when they did like Meg, Esmeralda, Alice, stuff like that. That'd be really nice to see. I'd love to see Jane from Tarzan. Haven't seen her for a long time. You know, just more fun characters. And also, they spit out a bunch of Anastasia, like, 25th anniversary merch last year. So I better be seeing some fucking Anastasia doll at some point, Disney. What are you doing? We did start to see some stuff being shown on the internet for the Barbie movie. It does look like we are getting a weird Barbie